What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about some of the differences between the Fuji XS10 and the Canon M50, and I'm doing this in the most YouTube way of all because I'm riding a one wheel holding a gimbal, and I'm on the Fuji XS10. You could probably realize that from the weird color grade. I didn't actually color grade this footage. It's straight out of camera. It's classic negative. So right now you can't see my face at all because I'm backlit. There's so many shadows out here. I'm trying to get to a point where I can turn around and face the light again. Now I'm blinded again. So yeah, it's kind of a desaturated look. The reds look really cool. They look kind of orange on this film simulation, but I like having these film simulations that can be baked into the footage because it is saving you some time color grading. Color grading for me takes a little bit of time, and my computer has trouble with it sometimes, especially with Sony files, like with my A7S2 files, especially if I'm doing like 4K or something like that. Let's kind of hold the camera over here. So there's a giant shadow from my camera sometimes, but yeah. So yeah, I like the film simulations. That's the main reason for Fuji, in my opinion. I think they're also the best APS-C cameras. I decided I want to go with an APS-C camera because I've been shooting with full frame cameras for a long time, and the lenses are so big. If I want, I mainly keep a telephoto lens on my camera. So on the Fuji camera, I got the 50 to 230, and I paid under $200. It's $100 and something for that lens, and it stays on my camera more than anything else. The reason is I shoot a lot of street photos, and I want to catch things where they're happening and not have to take the time to like run after something and possibly change the outcome, like scare the person or animal or whatever it is I'm taking a picture of away. So I like a telephoto lens. I really like telephoto for street photography. So that lens is so cheap and so small and light. The quality difference between full frame and APS-C is really not that huge. I'm doing a terrible job at holding this gimbal while I'm riding this thing in the bumpy ground. So yeah, I mean, you can get some really good photos with an APS-C camera with a long telephoto. If I was to get a telephoto lens like that for Sony, it would be huge, and it would also be really heavy and really expensive, like $1,400. So why is the XS10 better than the M50? So there's two main reasons. I would say the film simulations, which I already talked about, and the slow motion. You got 240 frames a second in 1080p, and the M50 had 120, but it was down to 720p. So you didn't really have a good slow motion option. Also, you got IBIS in the Fuji XS10. And that's important to me. I do a lot of videos. I want IBIS and image stabilization in the lens. The best Fuji lenses for video are the cheap XC lenses because they've got the IBIS, they're light. You can put them on a gimbal. I've got the 15 to 45 on the gimbal right now. And yeah, extended out. It's pretty good for vlogging. And then that other XC lens, the 50 to 230, I use that almost all the time on this camera. So yeah, I really like this system. The better things about M50 are the colors are better. Like the Provia is pretty close. If I was to use that one, it's pretty close to the colors on Canon, but the Canon colors are better for just a regular video. But if you want to do something weird like this classic negative, you know, then use the Fuji. I like it for photos because it's like putting a filter. It's like editing your photos before you edit them. So like putting Acros on there, or Pro Negative High or Acros are the two that I really use for photos. I usually use Provia or Velvia for video on my YouTube channel, the Michael Relevant, the skateboarding channel. But this one, I just thought I'd try it out. I don't really use this one for anything. It gives you a little bit of an interesting depth, a lot of contrast. It's probably not the best one for all these dark shadows and like the bright sunlight behind me. But yeah, once I'm actually facing the sun, I think it does a decent job. It's really desaturated, it's different. So I thought I'd try it out. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna do some more videos like this, just my opinions on stuff. You know, I really like the M50. I've made a lot of YouTube videos on it. I really like the EOS RP. I really like the A7S2 and the A7S3 and the A7 III, A7C. I like all those cameras a lot. But right now, what I'm using is this Fuji XS10. It's been the easiest thing for me to just grab and use. The grip is good. And yeah, it's a great camera. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching.